Darren joins us in Alberta, Canada. Darren, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Great. How can we help?
So, I am just starting out as a young family. I have one little kid, 22 years old, and have absolutely zero financial sort of savvy, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never learned how to treat money. I could have saved a ton when I was younger, but didn't.
You said you're
And
22?
now we're stuck living. 22, yes.
Oh, you act like you were like a very old man with no time left.
That's what it kind of feels like.
Dude, most people wish they learned this stuff.
Yet, brother. You're good, man.
I know, and that's kind of why I'm trying to turn this all around, because at the moment, how things are going, it looks like I'll be working till I'm 80.
Well, we can change that.
I don't want to do that.
Why do you feel that way? What's your financial situation? Do you have a lot of debt?
Unfortunately, we do. Well, actually, fortunately, we do not have much. Only about $2,000.
Okay.
In credit cards. Just recently starting to look into the baby steps, but every time we try to get our $1,000 emergency savings put down, since it's winter with COVID, my hours are cut. There's no work really going at the moment, so we end up cutting into it just to pay our ordinary bills.
Mm-hmm.
We don't eat out. We don't spend extra money. We don't do anything. And like I've already started running DoorDash and taken on as many extra side jobs as possible just to make sure we have enough. How can we change things enough?
What do you do for a living, man? What's your day job?
I run a hydrovac truck for an environmental company. Like, you'd think it'd have a little more work, but winter has almost no work, and competition is beating us out.
Yeah. So what do you make a year, man?
About 40,000.
40,000.
Is that all of the household income?
Yes, my wife doesn't work. We have a little boy at home, and yeah.
So you owe $2,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've managed to wheedle it down.
Yeah. So
I'd like to get rid of the credit cards entirely.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to let George walk you through the baby steps, but I want to back out 30,000 feet. Okay.
Okay.
Brother, you're in a better spot than you think you are. It's cold and it's been dark the last few months, and you sound beat down. How old's your baby?
He's 8 months.
8 months. So I want to tell you, I've got 2 little ones myself. You're in the season of 8 months when it's exhausting. You can't go outside because it's zero, or it's -0 where you are. All of this weighs down on you. The way I hear in your voice is like you're under one of those anxiety blankets, those weighted 50 or 80 pound blankets or 40 pound blankets, and like your soul has left you. You are not in bad shape financially, brother. You are way ahead of the game. I think the question you and your wife need to ask yourself is this where we want to live? If this is going to be the financial reality of the job I work in now, and by the way, since I was 22, I've probably had 5 to 6 to 7 different jobs, a couple of different careers. So you're good, man. But I want you to look at this with optimism, not with it's all coming down, because you're 22, man. You are just getting started, and you only owe $2,000. The number of calls we get from 22-year-olds who owe $100,000 is astronomical, right? So you're in a good spot. I want you to look at this through joy, not through it's all over. Is that cool?
Okay.
All right.
Good foundation there. So, Darren, it sounds like to me that you don't have a lot of margin in your budget every month.
I've actually never even made a budget.
Well, today is the day, my friend. I'm gonna hook you up with Ramsey Plus. That's our year-long membership, and it's gonna get you connected to every dollar, our budgeting tool. Austin will pick up after our call's over and get you connected with that. I also want you to go through the Financial Peace University videos with your wife. Do this as a family. Start budgeting, and you're gonna see where your money's going. Because right now it sounds like you're not really sure why there's no money left at the end of the month. And so I want to know exactly where that's going.
We did crunch it all together, and we did figure out exactly how much more we would need to accomplish just the bills.
Good. And you may need to pick up some extra side jobs. You may need to supplement that, find something you're good at, and go see if your neighbors need their driveway shoveled. I mean, it can be anything. Get creative. This is not forever. It feels like it is, but this is a short rut.
At the moment, I actually even make donuts on the weekend just to cover up that.
Fantastic.
That's awesome. At some point, you're going to have a hard conversation about, is this the job for you? A job that doesn't offer any work in the winter time, that doesn't sound tenable or sustainable. And if competition's eating your company alive, it may be time for you to say, okay, in 2 years, where do I want to be? Do I want to be a nurse practitioner? In 5 years, do I want to be a nurse? In 2 years, do I want to own my own truck? In 3 years, do I want to have a mechanic shop? Whatever those things are, start planning for those things now. But man, there's a lot of, we've already done this. You got to start this thing with your attitude, brother, and say, sweet, this is falling apart, sucks, now I'm on to the next. Now what's going to be there for me and my family? Go get it, man.
Yeah, you're 22 with $2,000 in debt. You're going to look back at this 6 months from now, and you're going to be out of debt. You're going to be working on that fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then you're not going to be worried about the hours and what's going to happen. You're going to have what we call financial peace. And after that, you're going to begin investing and saving for that kid's college and paying off the house early and doing all kinds of amazing things. And so I want you to dream about that future and let that vision fuel this fire where you go, you know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to look back and say, remember when things were crazy and my job, there was no hours, and we were doing whatever it took to get by? And those are the stories you're going to be able to tell your son. And so get plugged into the stuff. I'll have Austin pick up and make sure you get connected to Ramsey Plus, and that will walk with you along this journey to make sure that you know exactly what the right next step is. Perfect. Thank you for that, Darren. Good call, John.
Yeah, man.
Man, but it is interesting that a 22-year-old guy who thought my life's over, I have $2,000 in debt. I thought he was going to say, I'm 64, I have nothing in retirement, I lost my job, and I have $100,000 in debt.
And almost all of the time I hear somebody with that level of despair.
Yeah.
There's life circumstances going on. Somebody's marriage is in trouble. Someone's got an 8-month-old and they're in the doldrums of winter in Canada, right? Whatever it may be. And it's easy to see a little roadblock, a little speed bump as this giant mountain. And it's just not. You just got to back out far enough and go, all right, man, I thought this was going to be it. I'm 22. Dude, I was a high school coach when I was 22. And since then, now I have a YouTube show. I mean, who knows where this thing's going.
Yeah.
But you got to get out there and hustle. And you got to say, all right, this isn't working. This ship has got a hole in it, so I got to get on another boot and go find another job.
Yeah. And that's a great reminder for anyone listening, because no matter what age you are, you always feel like it's too late for me.
Right.
Right? And I'm 42, and I just lost my job, or I'm 18, and I don't know what I want to do with my life.
It's all over. It's not.
It's never too late to take
control. It's
control.
Not over. 62. Start over again.
Yep.
Start over again. 72. Start over again. Just keep getting back up. Keep getting back up. Keep getting